both the lab work and even the graphics work. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Abdullahi. That's quite detailed. Over to you, Tosha.
Hello everyone. My name is Omotayo Motosho, and my current tech track is digital marketing. Although I've done some other tracks, I've worked under some other tracks like data analytics, prompt engineering, and others. But for now, I'm focusing on channeling towards digital marketing.
To falling a goal behind, and that's his gusto.
Yeah, one more, the last part of it, why you are in Labs by Bincom. Omotayo, can you hear us?
Hello, I'm in Labs by Bincom because I have this innovative mindset. Basically, not to even start up a company or anything, but I just want to see what I can do. Maybe I can be founder or something. I'm just trying to explore.
All right. Thank you, Omotayo. All right. Thank you all for your introduction. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone on this call build something. All right, build a tech startup, build a product-led startup in Labs by Bincom. It's obvious we all have one tech skill or the other, right? Product design, graphics design, marketing, right? So all these skills will be valuable in your respective team. Yeah, one of the things we value or we try to uphold here at Labs by Bincom is the experience, right? The experience you get to gain from working on tech startup projects, right? And then, of course, the results. You just ask to your portfolio, you ask your experience, and if the startup grows, that's another value advantage, right? That many of us on this call can become an entrepreneur alongside your tech skill. So what are we doing now, right? This meeting would be divided into three major parts. We've done the first part, which is the introduction. The second part is me introducing Labs by Bincom to everybody. Right, I'll be going through a presentation. Now, please pay attention to every single thing I'll be saying in the presentation. I will take questions after the presentation. So if you have questions, just note it down. Right after the presentation, you can ask your question. Then we'll go to the final stage of today's meeting. Again, please pay attention. This is supposed to be a video call. I want to see your face just like you're seeing my face. So please turn your camera on so that we can see your face, please. Abraham, Abdullahi, Omotayo, please turn your camera on. Israel, let's see your face. Thank you so much, Abraham, for that. Moving on quickly, I'll be sharing my screen now. Please let me know once you're able to see my screen. Very important. Can you see my screen? Confirm if you can see my screen.
Yeah, you can see your screen.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, again, welcome to Labs by Bincom. This is a brief overview of what Labs by Bincom is all about. Sorry, give me a sec. Yeah. So, what is Labs by Bincom? Give me a minute. Labs by Bincom is a 3 to 6 month program where tech professionals like everybody on the call will be put into a team and you'll be building a product-led digital technology startup that real-life users would find useful, right? This is a pre-incubator program that has been designed to, number one, build ideas, right? Build ideas. Then number two, build solutions. build ideas, then build solutions that will be useful to people, to your target audience, to real people to find it useful. And in the long run, pay for it, right? Pay for it or find it useful one way or the other. The goal of this program, or the goal for every single team in this program, is to build an MVP. What is an MVP? An MVP, the full meaning is, the full AR meaning is minimum viable product, the first version of any product or any tech startup. All right, I'll give you examples. Slack is a startup, a tech product-led tech startup. All right, WhatsApp is another example. Zoom call that we are using currently now is another example. There are a lot of apps we all use on our phones, right? There are examples of product-led digital technology startup. And emphasis on product-led digital technology startup in the sense that it is a tool. It could be a tool, it could be an app, it could be a web app that can be used by anyone, anywhere in the world without having to come to your office physically, or having you to come and set it up in their office or set it up in their apps. Any app, most apps you download, right, and you use without the need to go anywhere, typically is a product-led digital technology startup. So I'll ask, is your bank app a startup, a product-led digital technology startup? Does it fall under this category? GT Bank app does not fall, for instance. UBA Bank does not fall, for instance, because you have to go in to maybe deposit your money, or if you need to see customer care, XYZ, you need to visit. So it's not product-led. There's a bank, and you just created an app just as an extra afterthought. But a product-led business, right, is a business that without the digital products, the app, the web app, the business will fail, right? The business will fail. There's no WhatsApp without the WhatsApp app. Yeah, WhatsApp has been bought by Facebook, but before they were bought by Facebook, there's no WhatsApp without the WhatsApp app. There's no Zoom without this Zoom app you are using, right? But would there be Access Bank without Access Bank app? That's a question to everybody. Do you think there will be Access Bank will exist without the bank app? Who wants to answer that question for me? Simple. Do you think Access Bank will exist without their app, or UBA Bank, or First Bank?
Yeah, yes, I want to answer. Yes. So, okay, someone's ready to answer.
Abraham, please continue.
Okay, yeah, so before we started having like mobile apps, especially in the banking sector in Nigeria, where banks without owning this app. So definitely.
Exactly. Yes. So meaning your average bank, your brick and mortar bank, is not an example of a product-led business, because without the app, they would function, they would survive, right? In fact, they've been surviving before the app came. However, what you'll be building in labs that become is product-led. If it is an app, the app is the soul of the business, is the core of the business. If it is a website, a web app, it is the core of the business, right? You can bring people on the platform. WhatsApp, for instance, we use WhatsApp, people chat on WhatsApp. It is an example because people don't need to go to WhatsApp office. WhatsApp, we know even exists. The app Slack, for some of us that are familiar with the app Slack will not exist without the platform Slack, because it's the platform that makes Slack. The Slack crashes today, the business crashes. All right. So that's a product-led digital technology startup. Like I said, it could be a tool, it could be anything, right, to use in building, solve a problem. Now, one priority we usually have in labs at Bincom is whatever you are building must be a problem solver. It must be solving a particular problem. Don't just build an idea for the sake of it. All right, so what is it for you? An active program with real-life projects. A virtual lab where you can own your skills, use it as work experience to apply for various tech-enabled visas for some of us who are interested in that. Build a startup of your own. You can use it as IT placement for students. You can include it as a career experience on your CV will stand in as a reference for you. We've had a situation in the past where members of labs have become use the experience in labs as a work experience on their CV, and we've stood in as reference for them. Moving on, who should join? Anybody can join. Tech professionals, non-tech looking to transition into tech, fresh graduates, freelancers, students, NYC members. Doesn't matter who you are welcome to Labs. So far, you are ready to grow your skills and also be part of a team that would work. All right, skills involved. Most of what I've mentioned, I can see product designer, digital marketer, XYZ. So these are the skills: PHP, front-end developer, back-end developer, Python, project manager, digital marketing, UI, UX. These are some of the skill sets you'll be needing in your team at every point in time. So if you are any of this, you are welcome to Labs. Even if you don't have this skill set and you're willing to learn it, you are welcome to Labs by Bincom. But note, in Labs, we do not teach these skill sets. We don't teach PHP, we don't teach marketing, we don't teach UI, UX. We expect you can learn it on your own. Then while you are learning, you join a team and you're practicalizing what you're learning. All right. How it works, so let me do a quick breakdown of how Labs by Bincom works. Like I said, it's 3 to 6 months, and it's a pre-incubator program, right? Pre-incubator. Let me just do a brief explanation of an incubator program. An incubator program is a program that assists tech startup founders to scale or grow their startup. Meaning you already have the startup, you've already built it. In fact, you have started making the money, then you join an incubator program. Incubator programs like Techstars, Barclays, Y Combinator, these are popular worldwide global incubator programs. However, Labs is a pre-incubator program, meaning we are preparing you for such an opportunity. You don't have a startup yet, all right? Your startup has not even been making any money yet. We are just giving you an opportunity to use this and build your startup yourself, all right? So that's the difference. So for the nitty-gritty, for each team, like I mentioned, this is number one, a team's project. Each team cannot be less than 3 members or more than 10 members at any given time. You cannot be less than 3 members or more than 10 members in your team, right? And the job of your team is to build or create a product-led digital technology startup. I'm emphasizing on this so that you understand the kind of startup you're building. If you have a startup in your mind and it's maybe you're trying to buy and sell pepper, for instance, or food stuff, this is not the right place, all right? Because we don't expect people to come to your shop to buy your products, right? It has to be a digital product, something people can use on their laptop, on their phone, online, right? Like the apps, the tools, some of us use. Figma is an example. So basically, that is what we're expecting you to build. And it will be solving a problem. I need to emphasize that over and over again. Think of a problem first, then look for a technology to solve that problem, if technology can. Note, think of the problem first, then find the technology that can solve that problem. Don't think of the technology and start looking for a problem that technology can solve. This is 2026. The world has moved beyond that. If your technology or your startup is not solving a problem, it will just be another app, Play Store or App Store or on Google, right? It is not solving a pertinent problem. So there are different stages, right? This is the preliminary stage. They will move to stage 1. Preliminary stage is basically just letting you know our labs have been complete. You move to stage 1, where you are onboarded, and the goal of stage 1 is to come up with a product document. The product document details what you are building, what it takes to build it, what skill sets you'll be using to build it, the timelines, how you'll be managing the team, right? Then stage 2 is where you execute the project. Are you building an app? Are you building a tool? Are you building a Chrome extension? Right, this is what you'll be doing at stage 2. Now, stage 3 is where you will be testing the product. Right, like I said, your product will be solving a problem. If it's not solving a problem, people will not use it. So you need real life people to come and use your product. To say, okay, we've tested your product, we use your product. This is the feedback for your product. We need you to add this feature, remove this feature, X, Y, Z. Okay. Like I said, there are basic rules we follow here in Labs of Income. We expect that as a volunteer, you're able to devote at least 8 hours a week for a 3 months duration. Now, just to clarify, I said 3 to 6 months. Right. So 3 months, the first 3 months is to build and also to test. The remaining 3 months is to actually get feedback and work on the feedback from your users. Right. Maybe they ask you to add a feature, remove a feature, and you think, okay, based on your MVP, you've tested it in the market, this is the feedback you've gotten, let's improve it. Right. Let's remove this. Let's maybe the interface is not working well. People are complaining about this button, etc. The remaining 3 months, the second 3 months is when you'll be fixing that. All right, so that's why we say 3 to 6 months. We expect teams to finish building by the end of 3 months. All right. However, if you still need to continue building, we can extend the extra 3 months. But just make sure everything is done in 6 months. Bincom will randomly group as part of a team. All right. So if you came here with your friend and you are thinking, all right, now my friend will be in the same team, it might not be so. All right, we would randomly group you into teams or add you to pre-existing teams that need your skill set. Each team will be cross-functional with each other, containing at least 3 members, meaning if you're a product manager and you are a digital marketer on your team, you might need to take up that activity, right? Something like that. Or if you're a back-end developer, you might need to take the role of a front-end developer, depending on your skill set. I talked about the 3 active members. All teams are required to be the product-led digital technology. Product-led, that's 1. Digital technology. So if you're opening a shop to sell building materials, that is not product-led. Neither is it digital technology. If you are trying to build a microfinance bank, right, then you now have an app. You add an app to it. That is not product-led. All right. So I'm just trying to emphasize that so you understand kind of product you are using to solve different problems. All companies must be created in public domain. All codes must be in public domain. This is a public good company, nothing to hide. Core ideas must be in public domain. In all cases, the startup will be dissolved after 6 months. Meaning, like I said, after your first 3 months, we'll give you another 3 months. By the end of 6 months, we will dissolve the team. It doesn't mean you guys can't work together, but you will not be officially labs by Bincom. Right? And I'll tell you what that would mean because it's different. If there's a potential, the product will be invited into Bincom incubator program. Right? So Bincom has an incubator program, but when we get to that bridge, we'll solve it. There are some criteria your product must meet before you are admitted into the incubator program. All companies must be publicly referenced as allowed by Bincom Dev Center company. Now, let me lay some emphasis on this point. We, as much as possible, want you to focus on the skill, the building, the experience you are gaining from this. We don't expect anybody to then pick the startup idea while you're building and you go to any government regulation agency to register the business. Maybe you go to, is it CS? I can't remember, where you register your business and say, oh, this business is Abdullahi's business. No, we do not accept that. All right. We don't want anybody stealing the idea and going to register the business in their name. So while you're allowed to have income, the startup is referenced as a allowed income startup. However, by the end of your 6 months, you guys can do whatever you wish with your startup. We are not taking anybody's startup idea or startup itself. It is yours, but while it allows a income, you'll be having different members of your team. We don't want any issues or conflict in terms of conflict of interest, right? Because you're fighting over name and no. Focus on building. Then after building, after your 6 months, you guys can then decide what to do with the startup. All right. Each team will be attached to a mentor. Now, this is very, very critical. All right. At the beginning, from stage 1, we give each team a mentor. At some point, it could be 2 mentors, as the case may be. And the job of the mentor is to guide you, right? Guide you as you build your startup. Our mentors are experienced and seasoned startup founders, right? They've been product managers, they've built startups in the past, they know what it takes to get the results. Right? So they'll be guiding you if you have questions. I said earlier on there are different stages. For every stage, you must carry your mentor along. For example, your product document at the end of stage 1, before it gets to us in terms of submission, you must show your product, your mentor, your team mentor. He must approve it before it gets to us, right? Like I said, the experienced people. So take advantage of that. Those are one of the resources that will be withdrawn after 6 months, right? Because we need to put your mentors on other teams that are coming into labs. All right. Can somebody read what is in the red, written in red at the bottom? Something written in red. Can somebody read it? Anybody, if you can just unmute your mic.
Do not invest any idea you do not wish to be in the public domain. A lab by Bincom Company.
All right. So what that simply means is that if you have a brainchild or an idea you feel is really, really dear to you, and you don't want anybody to steal the idea, don't bring it to labs by Bincom. That's one. So that you won't feel, somebody has stolen your idea. This idea is something you have been thinking of since when you were in primary school. That idea will change the world. That idea will take the world from Earth to Pluto or Jupiter, right? Please don't bring that idea in so that it doesn't cause issues. Second reason is your idea might not be welcomed by the team or might not be feasible, might not be able to build it. Maybe it's too big an idea to be able to be built for now. And you might have an emotional attachment to it and you feel your idea was shut out. Come to your team with an open mind, right? The goal of Lab that Bincom is you guys deliberate, discuss ideas, then agree on a particular idea. You then say, okay, let's build this idea, right? So don't come with a mind of the fact that your idea must be the right idea to be. I'm saying this ahead of time so that it doesn't cause conflict within the team. I'm saying this ahead of time. Come with an open mind. Don't come with an idea you feel is going to change the world and we must build it. Sorry, your mentor or your team members might not agree with it. All right. So I'm just trying to put that out there. All stages must be completed in stipulated time. All right. 1 month for stage 1, 1 month for stage 2, 1 month for stage 3. There's I'm trying to remember the principle. A task would continue to expand within the duration it has been given. You can finish it in 1 month, and that same idea or that same project, you can finish it. It will take you 1 year. It will take you 2 years. It is the amount of time you have decided to finish the project you have given to the project. That is the amount of time it will take. Meaning, haste is very important as a team. You need to work fast, right? Startup cannot be changed after stage 1. Meaning, once your product document gets to us, you can't come back and say, "Oh, this idea is too big for us. We want to change it." No. So think properly, do proper research before you finalize on an idea. Or note, your mentor will be present. You're finalizing your ideas with your mentor, discuss with your mentor, right? So that it can guide you on the feasible ideas to build. So you don't build an idea that's too big and will solve any problem. All right, I need to speed up. You can be withdrawn from your team if you are not engaging. If you are missing team meetings, you are not participating, we will know. And it will be a yellow flag at first, and it will be a red flag, and we will need to withdraw you at any time from the team. So please participate, attend team meetings, be active, execute tasks you are given depending on your skill set, right? Let your impact be visible in your team. Don't be a passenger in your team. And there's something I want to emphasize. Everybody's a co-founder. Right? You are building this startup together. And if this startup blows up in the future, you want to lay claim one way or the other. So act like it's at the beginning. You're a co-founder also. You are not a team member. You are a co-founder in whatever startup your team is building. The program is hosted on the Bincom Tech Network. So everybody will be added to the Bincom Tech Network so that you can communicate there. That is the only official platform for communication. All right, that's the only platform we recognize. What we expect from you, weekly commitment of at least 8 hours, teamwork, right? Work with your mentors alongside, study and follow rules involved. All teams communication must be on Slack. I already said that. Always check the Slack channel for updates. Ignorance is not an excuse here. Always check. We know Slack is not like WhatsApp. So devote few times in a day to check Slack for meetings. All codes must be on GitHub. What you should expect from us, yes, a platform where you can practicalize your skill sets, collaborate with other career tracks, and expose to quality mentorship. Aside from team mentorship, we also have personal mentorship for your personal career growth. If you need that, that can be just reach out. I already spoke about the different stages. There is something I need to talk about quickly. Cross-functional team, I already spoke about this. Cohort mentor. All right, so let me do a bit of emphasis here. I already spoke about your mentor, but note, the responsibility of the mentor is to guide each team to create their startup. Your mentor is not responsible for your startup, meaning your mentor will not chase you. Your mentor will not ask you, yeah, what's the progress? Now, some of our mentors do that. A few of them just to keep progress, but most of them do not. They're also as busy as you are. No matter how busy you are, your mentors are also busy. They also have their private life, they have their career, they have their business. So always know that you will always reach out to your mentor, keep them in the loop of whatever project you are working on. Don't expect your team mentor to be the one asking you for updates or telling you exactly what to do. They're just there to guide you. All right. So please don't always communicate with your team mentor. A team lead will be appointed in the team so you can communicate easily with your team mentor. I'll come back to this. I don't want to talk about this now. All right. I'll come back to this. All right, let me talk about this. So I spoke about the team aspect, teamwork. The second aspect is the curriculum. We have a labs curriculum, and that's the Y Combinator Startup School, right? It is a detailed, so these are the different modules, a video course. It is free. You can sign up. The link will be provided to everybody if you don't already have it. You have to go through this module. There are 8 modules. It talks about deciding to start a startup, getting and evaluating startup ideas, building your founding team, planning an MVP, launching, growing and monetizing. So it is packed with information. It is hosted by Y Combinator. The tutors in these courses are seasoned entrepreneurs globally. I think Elon Musk or the founder of Facebook is one of the tutors for one of the modules. It shows the level of knowledge you will find. It is compulsory for everybody to go through it, and you are required to get a certificate of completion after. It's something you can add to your LinkedIn profile. It speaks a lot, right, of your knowledge in startup building if you have a certification like this, right, alongside with the experience. You're expected to go through the course, and it has to be completed by the end of the program. So within 3 months, we expect you to be done with this course. It helps you build basic knowledge about startup. Note, you're a co-founder, so you're signing up as a co-founder, not a team member. I'm emphasizing this for a reason, right? 1, the fact that you're signing up as a co-founder. 2, I need you to have it at the back of your mind. You are not a passenger in your team. Once we notice you're a passenger, we need to remove you from the team, right? We need very, very active and entrepreneurial mindsets on every team. So we're tracking participation with Y Combinator. Now, this is not a team. So Y Combinator is an individual course. So don't wait for anybody. Sign up and start taking the course. It will even give you the roadmap or the guidelines in coming up with ideas so that you do not make mistakes from the beginning. So at least once a week, we expect you to drop an update on Slack on your progress, nothing too serious, just an update of the courses or modules you have been able to go through and what you have learned. We'll also be expecting team progress reports. Note, you have to be attending team meetings. Once you notice that you are skipping team meetings, they are not giving you tasks, so you are dragging the team back, would have to excuse you. If you know that you have some engagement that will not make you active in your team, please let us know ahead so that we can withdraw you and add you to future teams when you are ready. But if we have to remove you forcefully, if we have to remove you because you are not participating or you are not active, you may not be allowed to come back to Labs Web Income again. All right, so we'll also talk to your mentors every now and then just to know if the team is doing well and who in the team is dragging the team back or also doing well and participating in the team. Let me quickly talk about this. The team is self-funded, meaning Labs, we are not providing any funds for the team, right? The tools you'll be needing, there are free tools out there. We expect you to take advantage of every free tool available out there, right? Maximize the use of free tools as much as possible. Don't pay. We don't expect you to hire a software developer that will be charging you £1,000, £10,000 to help you build your software for your startup, right? You can always get more people to join your team. For example, if you don't have a software developer on your team and you need it, sell the idea, oh, we are building a mental health app for people with dementia, for people with mental health problems, right? We are looking for volunteer software developers. Join us and you'll be a co-founder. You get a share of the company. Sell your ideas to people so that they can join your team and work with you. You can bring in your friends, right, as the program goes on. You can bring in extra people to join your team, but let us know, right? So it's either they join officially or they can work with you independently, whichever one works for the team. But let us know. We have communities of tech professionals, interns, etc. on Slack, for instance, that will be willing to join your team at any point in time, right? Once you're able to sell your idea to them. Again, this team, the Labs Web Income, whatever you'll be needing, it is self-funded. We will not be providing funds. I'm just emphasizing that. Now, if you have to spend any money at all as a team, you can't spend more than £350 or its equivalence in any other currency, Naira, Dirham, Japanese yen, any currency cannot be more than £350 or its equivalent. All right, so use free platforms, use free tools to build your startup, right? And if you need to pay, you have to work out that within yourselves. Okay, spoken about this breakout session. So this will be the last part of today's session. We'll come to that soon. All right. So, do you have any questions? I'd like to entertain questions now. Do you have any questions? Any questions from anybody?
Yeah, I have a question. Sorry.
All right, Ibrahim, please.
Yeah, so I want to understand something because it was being said that this is like February squad, this particular one now, and
Yeah.
I'm seeing like only like 4 or 5 people on this squad now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you said we're going to be grouped into different teams and all those things. So I'm trying to understand that where are we going to get other like people from to make a whole team if we're only having like only 5 members here on this call.
All right, that's a very good question. So I'll give 2 or 3 answers to that. So first and foremost, we have teams from December, from November cohorts, from October cohorts. We seldom pick team members and add them to other teams as the need arises. All right, if a team is in need of an XYZ skill set or somebody that has a particular skill set, might move a new quad team member to a previous one, a current team, so that they can work in the team, be part of that team. That's one. Secondly, we have the liberty to merge multiple cohorts together. All right. We could merge January and February cohorts or February and March cohorts together. And sometimes we might need to reshuffle the team members around. So that is why there's always that caveat or that notice that you're on the call doesn't mean you'll be the same thing. All right. We might need to move you around. But it could still be the same people on the call that will be in the same team, right? But it is not set in stone. That's why we say it ahead of time, so that you are not shocked and say, "Oh, these are not the people I was on the same call with," so you know ahead of time. Did I answer your question, Abraham?
Yeah, you did. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Any other questions? Any other questions from anybody? Salam, you're welcome. Any other question? I believe there is no other question. Let me just go through.
Sorry, I have another question. Sorry.
Okay, Bram.
Yeah, so when do we start this program fully?
All right. So after this call, like I said, there will be the last part of today's session. We'll get to that soon. After this call, right? By between now and Monday, most likely from Monday, Tuesday, keep checking your email, right? An email will be sent out, right, to everybody, right? An email will be sent out to everybody on next steps. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Any questions from anybody? All right, so let me just go through the frequently asked questions for the ones I've not probably talked about. Do you need to be an expert to register? No. That's why you're here. Yeah, what if a team member drops out before the end of 3 months? Yes, like I said, a team cannot have less than 3 members. However, if a team member drops off, fine, right? That does not mean we would cancel the whole team. Like I said earlier on, you can always get volunteers or new team members to join. You can always be joined by new team members. So don't panic if one of your team members are not serious and it will be less than 3. Can sort of be part of my work experience, of course. What happens after 6 months? You guys can decide what to do with your startup. You can dissolve it yourselves. You can join another incubator program. You can join the Bincom incubator program. You can continue building it within yourselves, right? That is fine. We have teams that are currently in exited labs, but they're still building their startup. All right, they're still fine-tuning their startup. They've launched, but they're still adding more features. So you decide what it is you want to do with your startup after 6 months. But whichever way, either you have completed it or not, after 6 months, officially would dissolve you from labs like Bincom, would withdraw your mentors if need be, right? Because we needed in other teams or other new teams that will come. I do not know anything about startup building. That's why you are here. You have mentors that would shoot. Who fund the project? I already talked about this. What if you want to spend more than £350? Please don't spend it. Wait till you're done building. Probably you are exited labs and you want to enter an incubator program. They can get funding, sponsors, etc. Yep. So that will be that. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. So I believe there are no more questions before I move to the next part of this call. All right. Great. Like I said earlier on, the crux of Labs Web Income is to solve a problem, to think about a problem, then look for a tech solution that will solve the problem. So we're doing something quickly, right, as a team. We just have 4 people, right? So we don't need to have different groups. Typically, we have different groups. We would have a quick breakout room now, right? And the goal of your breakout room is to brainstorm on number 1, get to know each other, of course. Get to know each other, etc. Don't spend the whole time doing that. But more importantly, next thing is to come up with different problems you think you've seen around you as a designer, as a digital marketer, as a product designer, XYZ. Problems you've seen around you, could be health, it could be tech, it could be finance, that you think tech can solve. Note problem first, that you think tech can solve, right? You can come up with a solution. if you have more time. If not, think of the problem you think tech can solve, right? And then we'll discuss further after the breakout room. So the breakout room will be going out now, and we'll be given 30 minutes, right? So the 30 minutes will start on the hour, depending on where you are. That'll be like 5 p.m. Nigerian time, till 5:30 Nigerian time. They will reconvene here by 5:30. They'll discuss it. They'll call it a day. All right. This is very, very important. We want to start testing your brain. In fact, some of these ideas might be some of the ideas you will then use when you get to stage one and you start, brainstorming on ideas and also decide on the idea you'll be using for the program. Do we all understand that? Abraham, Azan, Abdullahi, sorry, Omotayo. Do we all understand that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Note, problem first. Think of the problems. Right. Okay, we are facing this problem. I've seen this problem. I've seen this problem in this sector. I think tech can solve it. Right. Then you can now discuss the tech that will solve the problem. Problem first. At least 3 problems. Right. Then you can then pick one that I think a particular tech solution will solve. So I won't be in the breakout room so that you guys have freedom to discuss. So I'll just create the room now. All right, so the room has been opened. We can all join. You should see notification now. You have 30 minutes or 32 minutes now. Abdullahi, are you able to join the room? Not sure, Abdullahi. Abdullahi, can you hear me? Israel, can you hear me?